So this time we're going to show many day. Right, let's see it. Right. はい。お互いに、はい。よろしくお願いします。2、2、3、1、2、3、leg raises。はい、1、2、3、4、1、2、3、1、2、3、マッサージ。Go back, 1, 2, 3, go, good. Twist, 1, 2, 3, 1. 押します。1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Good. Change, okay? So, 引っ張って、1, 2, 3, 4. はい、下から捕まえて、顔の方向にひねますね。1, 2, 3、10、OK。サイドに落として、はい、ひねて、1、2、ちょっと上げるね。3、OK。と、捕まえて、伸ばします。1、2、back forward and stretch。はい、1、2、で、ちょっとだけ体重前にかけて、Okay, change, shake, move across. Okay. And again, hike. Try and grab your toes. And change. Okay, and grab your toes. 前の足の上に横にして、拳で立ちます。Okay? はい。肩の下に置いて、そして足を伸ばします。
8, 9, 10.
Okay, good job and relax. 1, 2, 3. できるだけ脇を開けないように、脇締めてまま押しますね。押したいですよ。Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. 1, 2. ね、そしてバックからまた前に逆、そして前た1、2、1、はい、まず足腹ね、1、2、3、4、踏み込めで蹴りましたね。1、2、3、2、3、4、4、5、6、1、2、3、締めてからチェンジ。肘を締めてからチェンジね。1、2、2、3、4、5、1、2、3、4、1、2、3、1、2、1、8、9、10、5、6、7、8. Next, Mawashigeri. So our Mawashigeri is going to go in like a Maegeri and then twist at the end. So, like Maegeri, but then twist. Twist it. Knee, san, shi, 20 more. 20 more. Okay? Try and keep a nice tight stance. Lift the knee in the middle. Yep. Okay, ready? Three. Hitch. Knee. San. Shi. Two. Hey, okay. Here. Side kick. So this is Sokoto, kind of down to the center of the knee, into the side of the leg, yeah? We're kicking to our center. So here. Right, kicking to this person that stood in front of us. Yeah? Okay. We need to draw the leg across, kick, and then go back. 1, 2, 3, 2. 順突き、左構え。Okay? 1, 2, 3. Now I want you to go fast. Go fast, okay? Fast feet. fast body, okay? Pitch. Knee. San. The structure has to go from the knuckle to the wrist, elbow, shoulder, down through the hip, down through the legs to the base, to the feet, okay? In Matsubashiru, in particular, we also have this idea of what's called aitsuki. Aitsuki. So aitsuki is like two punches meeting. We don't want to hit like this, of course. So the idea is that we use the punch to meet and intercept the other person's punch. So this effectively is counter punching. We're going to do our punches again. Try and visualize now that you have to beat the other person who's trying to punch you. Pitch. Knee. San. The stance to end up getting quite wide because, you know, the hips are opening and we're doing quite a bit of hip rotation. So it's quite easy for the hands to get kind of separated, and that leaves a gap in the middle of the body. So we want to try and always protect the center line of the body. Itsumo seichu sen o mamoritai desu ne. Jibun no seichu sen o zettai mamoritai kara. We always want to protect our center line. So when we're thinking about moving in Gyakuzuki, if we leave a space in front of our center line, we've left a space that potentially someone can come through, right? It's a weakness, yeah? So, this is why our Gyakuzuki punch needs to be aimed at our center line. Effectively our own solar plexus, yeah? The equivalent height and position, right? And then when we step through, we get a punch to exactly the same position again. So our hands are going to meet, almost meet in the middle and exchange position, yeah? We also want to keep our armpits pretty much closed, yeah? Pretty much closed. There should be a feeling of like a sheet of paper in between the arm and the body, yeah? You can hear the dogi as it makes a sound going past, right? Yeah? This kind of friction. Knee. San. Shi. So the hand that's in front, when it comes down, you don't want to just put it down straight back into the armpit or into the hip here. We need to protect our center line. Protect the center line and transfer to the other side. Protect the center line and then transfer. So let's try the movement again. One more. Pitch. Knee. Okay, this movement, Jodanuke, has many, many uses. So rather than thinking about it as a blocking technique, think of it as a movement, and a movement that can be applied to many different things. So when we're moving up, yeah, it's a deflecting movement, right? So when somebody's coming in punching, very rarely does someone try and hit you on the top of the head. Yeah, with a weapon it might happen, yes, but it's much less common than someone trying to punch you forwards, right? Or, you know, around the corner, yeah? So the Jodanuke movement is a good deflecting movement, right? It doesn't have to just be against things that are coming up here. Here, yeah, it's a deflecting movement, right? And actually it's a very, very natural deflecting movement. If somebody comes in and swings in here, it's a natural cover and deflecting movement, right? This is our Jodanuke position, yeah? We tend to do naturally is move away from the incoming attack, right? We tend to shift away from the incoming attack, yeah? So that's fine. But what we want to do is be aligned behind that structure. There's detail in it which is not immediately apparent. So, for example, if you look at Geidan Barai, yeah? So we're told the form is to bring the Geidan Barai down relatively low, so it only ends up about a fist distance above your knee, right? So this would seem to imply that it's blocking something quite low down here by your knee. So we want to think about this as sort of catching and redirecting, yeah? And if it's catching and redirecting, then we want to redirect the energy down and away. Usually the punches are going to come into the face, right? Not many people try and punch to the body straight away. So what's Geidan Barai for? Because if we just step into Geidan Barai like this, we're likely to get smacked in the face, right? So our movement, and this is in our kata 2, yeah, should be to cover everything. Now, if we imagine that here we've caught an arm, then it makes sense that we redirect it down and out of the way. Because the arm is connected to that person's shoulder, which is connected to their torso and their head, and the head will come down too, right? Imagine that somebody's punching in here. I bring the punch down and away. This brings their head down to about here, this section. Yeah? And my next technique is almost always a rising or striking technique, right? Here, yeah? Or here, yeah? Aguke, right? So this makes more sense then that the Gedan Barai is like a net. It's like a net that catches and sweeps down and forward, yeah? Brings the target into range, yeah? And then I hit. Yeah, so these are the the kind of basics, the fundamentals that we want to try and get through in every class, because this is kind of really core principles and concepts for Matsubashu, I think. Things like the concentration in striking, things like the timing of counter striking. If somebody's coming in, timing the counter strike, so you can work either inside or outside their attack.